Alright, welcome back. We are on video 26 of Shadowrun Returns, the Dead Man's Kill Switch. When last we left off, we finished up what I hope was the final combat. God forbid if I have to go through anything else, because I surely don't have enough health. That was pretty rough. My hand was hurting from how bad I was gripping a fist in fear. And I took a little break, and I got me some of my rice and had a bite of Nutella, and I am back. So, let's see where this takes us. The once beautiful Jessica Watts is a hollow shell of her former self. Her skin is pale, her lips are ashen, and her eyes are sunken in her skull. It is more than her body's reaction to the physical damage she sustained, or the strain of channeling magical power from another plane of existence. There's something missing from her now. It's gone. My link to the Queen. She has abandoned me, expelled me, unworthy, unworthy. Don't know if I really want to be that deserving. She did kill her own damn brother. It had to be done. The nest would have overrun the city if we hadn't stopped you. She shakes her head weakly, her body slumped as if it might fold inside itself into the ground. You don't understand. There are nests everywhere, in every major city. It is only a matter of time. Tears run down her face. Oh God, what have I done? And Sam, I'm so sorry, Sam. Oh, shit. Jessica looks at you pleading. Please, zombie pleasure, don't let them eat me. She may prove useful. As much as I want to be a bitch and let them kill her, we will take her for now. Death would be too quick a punishment. You're going to pay for what you've done. Take her with you. She lowers her head in shame. I understand. Out of the shadows, you emerge from the Universal Brotherhood's chapter house, momentarily blinded by the bright lights of the Lone Star perimeter surrounding the exit. Despite the clean night air, the stench of ichor and decaying clings to you, a smell that may never fully go away. You drop your Aegis-filled shotgun and it quickly spirited away by one of the Telestrand's minions. Weapons are slowly lowered as you step out onto the street, the order coming from Detective McCluskey himself. You can see James Telestrand just nearby, pulling his strings. It's over. Jessica Watts has been dealt with, and Sam has his justice. The dead man's deed is done. All you need now is to make a phone call, and it ends. Doesn't seem like it's going to end just like that. Speak to James Telestrand. And after we broke up the ritual, Zombie Pleasure chased Jessica into a small chamber where she was cornered by a couple of buggers. Guess they weren't impressed with her performance. They were about to eat her. And Zombie Pleasure said something like, I won't let them eat you, Jessica. You're coming with me. You're going to pay for what you've done. It was very dramatic. Then we splattered the bugs and handed her over to the UCAS FBI. They're going to want a long talk with her about the Universal Brotherhood, so the nest is cleared out, and your cousin Lynn is being transported to a mental hospital for observations. James assesses you with a newfound respect. Very clean. I believed our test of Project Aegis was a success. Zombie Pleasure, Herr Baracus is having it weaponized for distribution to knight-errant forces. The authorities are going to have a great many questions about the incident, and I will need to provide details. The Universal Brotherhood has a great many chapter houses, and they must be dealt with immediately. What will happen next? That is it for others to determine, people other than you. Still, you have turned in a yeoman's effort, and regardless of your obvious flaws, you are deserving a reward. What would you ask of me? Oh, I hear you have an opening for a new VP of Security. Not much, just McCluskey's badge. I want to get paid. Real money. Not much, just McCluskey's badge. Telestrand's ice breaks for a moment. You short-circuit an invasion of extra-dimensional insects, and for your reward you wish to have an insignificant police detective dismissed from his position? I'm improvising. I've been through a lot this week. Still, the guy's a jackass. He smiles an icy smile. I cannot disagree. He displays a rare combination of brute and sycophant that I cannot abide. Very well, Detective McCluskey is now Citizen McCluskey. The man grates on my nerves anyways, and since this action requires little more than a nod to the proper peon, you may ask another boon of me. I'm feeling generous today. He wasn't that bad of a person, though I don't know. We kind of like being a street runner. Do we want to take the VP of the new security? Get off the street as a street runner? Head up and be smart about it? He's feeling generous. We got McCluskey's badge. Sure. Do I? I want to get paid. Real money. He smiles a nice smile. Expect no less from you, Mr. Quoth. Please place a suitable bonus on our friend's cred stick. A bonus of a size that additional negotiations are unnecessary. I have no interest in furthering our relationship. Yes, sir. He takes your cred stick and slots it into his PDA. Looks like you two are best buddies now. Hey, what happened to that million? We could have taken the VP thing, but you know, I like being a Shadowrunner. I want to make good. Being a security force in a corporate may give you a nice six-figure sum, but how are we going to help anybody? Guess that's it, huh? You captured Sam's killer, and now he'll get his justice. There's a little more involved than I expected. She looks back at the Universal Brotherhood. Just a little. Cowdy grins. First time. Well, I'm gonna grab Paco, head back to the Union, maybe watch a trid or something, and I could use a long shower too. After that, you could learn the business, take over for Miss Kabuto someday. She gets a twinkle in her eye. Someday maybe, when the rest of my body is made of metal too. But not today. Today, I run the shadows. Get paid, get dirty. See you around, Zombie Pleasure. You're quite a lady. I can honestly say I've never met an elf quite like you. Like her. I like her. The painted elf is watching the scene unfolding around the Universal Brotherhood with a grimace. Well, kid, it's been fun, but I've seen everything I care to see today. I'm gonna get out of here. Is there a problem? He gestures at the crowd as he speaks. Look around. Note the members of the press being shuffled away by Universal Brotherhood spokespeople to get a private briefing. The Brotherhood is connected. A damaged control team is probably on the way right now. Think they can control the press? One way or another they will. If they can't be manipulated, coerced, or bribed, they'll probably disappear quietly. There's more, though. He nods his head towards James Telestrin. Note the expression of the UKIS FBI agent speaking to Telestrin. Dismissive, isn't it? That's because there's no love lost between the UKIS and the Tier Tungir. They're not going to trust what he's telling them, and frankly, I have no idea what he's telling them. James plays his own game. Always has. Do you trust him? No, just like I don't trust you. Don't take it personally, kid. You shouldn't trust me either. I've been manipulating runners like you for years. I've manipulated you right now. You just don't know my game yet. Let's continue this dance. I have one more to show you. He points at someone in the crowd and smiles. That man he sees him pointing and smiles back. That guy there? He's Ares Macro Technology, enormous megacorp, ridiculously powerful. They've been sniffing around Project Aegis for quite a while now. Clearly they have an agenda that's starting to unfold. He gives the Ares man the finger. The man smiles and returns the gesture. Government, media, business, all working to ensure the truth stays hidden. So it's a massive conspiracy. I wish it was. In a way, it's worse. It's a series of conspiracies, conflicting agendas, and petty jealousies, all building upon, feeding upon, and excreting into an unending web of dreck that people wade through every day and call it life. If there was one Dark Lord controlling everything and we could drive a magic sword through his heart to free the world, that would be grand. Such clarity, such focus. Alas! So what's the lesson in all this? That I did all of this for nothing? He laughs. Just the opposite, schmuck. The lesson is this. The game is rigged. The cards are stacked. The dice are loaded. It's the same as it always was. Every circle. People in power exert power. Little people cower in their homes. Think what they're told to think and buy whatever product will help them forget how horrible their lives are for another day. And that's why we don't play their fragging games. We don't swallow their direct sandwich and politely ask for another. It's why we run the shadows. That's where real life is, kiddo. Reality living in the places no one wants you to see. Where's Herr Bacchus? I thought he'd be here too. He flew back to Berlin. All sorts of things brewing there. He was impressed with you, though. Could probably turn into work someday, but I'd forget about him if I were you. Never make a deal with the Dragon Kid. They're playing a different game entirely. Okay, seriously, who are you? A friend. Until I need you for something. Then I'm a bastard. See you around, Harlequin. I like him. I would roll over backwards for him. That's my favorite character so far. Too bad I couldn't do close combat. I got intelligence and I got charisma here. McCluskey alternating between trying to look important and trying to avoid actual work. What are you doing here, Tube? Your shoes untied. Trick him so you can clock him code. Do we want to hit him or do we want to cheer? This is so tasty. I don't know which one to select. I prefer the good old-fashioned charisma way. Hey, McCluskey, I spoke to Mr. Telestrin. He says you got your lieutenant's badge. I did? I didn't hear about it. Yeah, he said to go down to the station house right away. They're throwing a surprise party for you. Oh, Drek, I shouldn't have said anything. He smirks. Ha, I'll surprise them then. Enjoy it, you son of a bitch. Jake Armitage, another one of my favorite characters that didn't play with me very much. Jake shakes his head, smirking as you approach. When you finally get close, he breaks out laughing. I heard the Universal Brotherhood was getting shot up on the police scanner. Knew it had to be you. Did you get her? She's in custody now. Ah, justice is served. He scratches his mop of red hair. I guess this concludes the story of Zombie Pleasure and the Dead Man's Switch, huh? You know, I've been thinking, maybe you should stay in Seattle a while. There's plenty of ways folks like us can get into trouble here. You're only skimmed the surface. Whoa, if that's the surface, I don't know how I feel about that. I hear Mitshuma's looking for a team, and they specifically want a woman. No idea what that's about. And I just got word from something going on Crater Lake. That Tier's got it on lockdown, no-fly zone, the whole thing. That could be something in it for us, if we poke around. And there's always the Orc Underground. Haven't seen that yet, have you? I got plenty of friends there who are good for a job. Something's bound to come up. I'm in. I'll talk to you later. Good. We can hash it out over dinner. If you want to find me, I'll be at McCracken's later. Got a taste for some seafood. Take it easy, chummer. Oh, seafood. I usually hate seafood, but I have gotten this sushi craving, like, out the yin-yang, and it's been 2 weeks now since I've had my fix. And they have this roll called Lady Gaga at Wasabi. And as ridiculous as the name is, it's delicious. Oh my god, my mouth's watering. Let me get some water. Gotta get me some soon. Dresden, our dear friend. The little coroner is surprised to see you, but he can't hide his delight. Hey, Zombie Pleasure, I was wondering if I was going to see you again. I guess I shouldn't be surprised to find you here. Wherever there's mayhem, that's where you'll find me. Hello, Dresden. How's my favorite body snatcher? Busy. He pops his eyebrows, eager. You know, it's all over the Trivid, right? They found the Emerald City Ripper dead at some asylum out in Snohomish, of all places. Turns out he's been masquerading as the head administrator or something. They found him dead from some sort of vigilante attack. He leans in, whispers conspirationally. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Why, Mr. Dresden, I have no idea what you mean. Dresden winks. That's what I thought. Well, no one can say he didn't have it coming, am I right? He frowns at himself. That was a double negative. So, the big question. What about the Dead Man's Switch? Now that the Ripper's dead, are you going to collect? Right, the Dead Man's Switch. Almost forgot about that. Forgot? Come on. How do you collect? I was told I need a secure line to call the number Sam gave me. Can't use my comlink. He brightens. Lone Star's emergency response team set up a secure phone line right here to coordinate their efforts. I can authorize you to use it. Thanks, Dresden. Don't mention it. Take care, Zombie Pleasure. So we've talked to everybody. There will be no finishing up. We've sent everybody along their merry old way. Now let's see what becomes of it today. The phone before you has a simple numerical keypad. You can use it to call Sam's law firm and cash in on the Dead Man's Switch. Call the law firm and finish the job. You tap into the phone numbers Sam's lawyer gave you days ago. The phone rings days ago. Days ago! The phone rings 7 times before someone finally answers. The image of the lawyer on the other end of the vid phone is noticeably different from the one you saw a few days ago. The noise in the background sounds like it's coming from a bar. Yeah. He squints in the phone. Recognition slowly appears on his face. Oh, hey, it's you, Zombie Pleasure, right? So, you got Sam's killer, huh? Are you even a lawyer? Yeah, of course. Well, technically I'm not a lawyer anymore, but, I just shot Sam's video for you. Hang on. He fumbles for a moment and the camera jerks crazily. Then it goes to static and is replaced by Sam. Good old Sam. Sam still looks like Drex, same clothes, same background, probably shot at the same time at the first video. Hey buddy, looking good, looking good. If you're calling this number, that means the job is done, right? He closes his eyes, shakes his head. Congratulations, amigo. I knew you'd do it. You're always the dependable one, more than me anyway. He looks back at you, trying to speak soberly. I just want to say thank you for whatever you did. It means a lot. Not even knowing what you did, it still means a lot. Because I know you did something. You know what I mean? I know you made it right somehow. He pauses, tilts his head back. His breath hitches in his chest. You're the only one who ever tried to help me, ever. Except my sister. She tried, more than once. She tried. I never let her, though. Never let her in. I regret that, a lot. Did I ever tell you about her, buddy? We're twins. We're twins, I guess. You're still a twin after one of you dies. I don't know. Doesn't matter, I guess. God, listen, do me a favor, will you? If you talk to her name is Jessica, tell her I'm sorry, okay? For everything. She'll know what for. She's Catholic, so she'll forgive me. I need her to forgive me. Just tell her I love her. He straightens himself up, shakes it off. The grin is back. Anyways, you need to get paid. Which would be great except for one thing. I got nothing. Never did. You know how it is, right? Sorry, but hey, thanks again for giving a crap. Seriously, I appreciate it. Tell you what, if you feel sore about it, look into my family's background a bit. There's gotta be people with money in there somewhere. Maybe one of them can throw you a few bucks. Take care, amigo. See you in hell. He reaches forward, shuts off the camera. The vid screen goes to static and the call ends. There's a moment of silence and then you feel a tug on your jacket. It's Dresden. So, what did he say? Thank you, Dresden. He said thank you. Wow. That fucker. The Emerald City Ripper killings are sensationalized for several weeks. Lurid reports focus on the killers masquerading as the administrator of Mercy Mental Hospital. Soon after, pop singer Maria Mercurial is cast in the lead in Dr. Ripper, a trivid thriller about a reporter who goes undercover as a mental patient to uncover a serial killer. Seattle's Newsnet reports a shootout at the chapter house of the Universal Brotherhood. Witness claims that a gang of religious fanatics stormed the building for unknown reasons but committed suicide before they could be captured. All mention of insect spirits, James Tellisher III, or Shadowrunners are kept out of the news. 1 year later, the city of Chicago declares a quarantine area between Lake Michigan and the Des Plaines River. Woo! Did you hear that car horn? Must be the neighbors. 1 year later, the city of Chicago declares a quarantine area between Lake Michigan and the Des Plaines River. Officially, the Chicago Containment Zone is established to fight an outbreak of an infectious virus, but an infestation of insect spirits is suspected by those who know. A mature form of Project Aegis, called FABS-3, is eventually deployed to remove the bug threat from Chicago. The Watts family name has since been lost to the shadows. Alright. Harebrained Schemes is a small team of passionate game developers led by Jordan Welsman, the creator of Shadowrun, Crimson Skies, Battletech, MechWarrior, and many other acclaimed properties. Founded in 2011, the Seattle-based studio is centered around collaboration between seasoned veterans and fresh talent. I think we'll sit right here and enjoy it. So, feelings on the game. Okay. I found it to be thoroughly enjoyable. I enjoyed the combat style because personally I've never been good at first-person shooters and I haven't put effort into a platformer in a very long time. I'm talking about back to Donkey Kong 64 and Mario 64. That's back when me and my sister first truly discovered video gaming, which was taught to us through our dad. I found this game to be beautiful art-wise in style, much like Silence of the Sleep. I truly enjoyed the art style and the concept of it. Complaints would be very few. I think this was kickstarted so that it could support the team. I believe I was speaking to a friend at work the other day, and he mentioned that it was kickstarted. I didn't actually put research into it to find out if it was or wasn't. But even if it was kickstarted, there's a few kind of touches they could have added to the game to make it just a little bit more better, a little bit more immersive. First of all, the music. The songs I've heard are gorgeous, beautiful, enjoyable, but I feel like there was just really 3 basic songs I heard through the whole game. And when I'm spending 30 minutes on a combat and I'm getting my ass handed to me and having to repeat it, that music starts to become a bit nerve-wracking or irritating. I mean, the music's good, but it's not what I would find... I don't know, it's like I can't quite ignore it. It's there, and I'm hearing it too much for my liking. Only other complaint really would be the people. When they got hit, they all sound the same, regardless of breed or sex. Sex, I think they sounded slightly different, but you know, even if every single human sounded the same, I feel like trolls and dwarves and elves, everyone should have had a different, like, oh, you hit me sound to it, you know? So, the game's wonderful. I'd give it 9 out of 10 easy for me, but then again, I'm very easy to please most of the time. And I'm gonna probably look into it a little bit more. I think there's, this game's open for people to make their own games to run through. So, we'll probably look into it, see what other, don't know what to call it. Brain's frozen here. Sections, chapters, such. I'm a little depressed. I got my 100,000, and I didn't get to do anything with it. That's really depressing. Of course, with Jake talking about all the things you could do, I'm wondering if Harebrained Studios has plans on doing a few more chapters. Few more different things to go through, and I'm hoping they do, because I want to pull Zombie Pleasure back up, and I want to go through it all. I want to experience more. I want to shape her up better. I want to try on other outfits, and I want to fuck around with more people. Yeah. Now my brain's frozen. Work's coming soon. That's gonna be joyous. If you can go to college, please go to college. I wonder if these are all the Kickstarters. People that paid. I probably should take a moment and kind of look into it. I think we will, while we're sitting here waiting for the credits to roll. I don't want to. You know what I find crazy? Actually, while I'm sitting here searching shit on my phone, is how it's so hard to find a written walkthrough, which I didn't need for a game like this. But other games, I just remember back when the internet first came out and the like, and you would sit there and pull up walkthroughs and stuff. You'd have hand-for-hand written walkthroughs, and people even making maps out of symbols and the like. Now it's all on video, which is fun and everything, but it gets a bit irritating after that. Keyboard shortcuts. So you can mod it. There's mods, so I'm sure people can do modded stories. Yeah, it was a Kickstarter. Kickstarter, part of a trending high-profile developer launching projects on the site. It was released by Microsoft Windows, da-da-da-da-da. An expansion pack entitled Shadowrun Dragonfall was released in 2014. It was later converted to a standalone release and is now sold as Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut, which I will be looking into. I really do want to get it. Apparently, very recently actually, January 13 of this year, Harebrained Schemes launched another Kickstarter campaign to partially fund their next game, Shadowrun Hong Kong. Like Dragonfall's Direction Cut, standalone release built with an upgraded version of Shadowrun game engine. So I look forward to that. There's that horn honking again. Is that the gamers? Someone outside. It got great reception. Okay, so I can't wait to give Dragonfall a try. I've got a few other games though, so I think we may push it off and enjoy it a little bit later. Okay. I got a few other point and click games I'd like to give a try. Oh, that speeds that shit up. That would have been nice to have known. I guess, yeah, these are all the names for Kickstarter. Wow, a lot of people surely donated. I wonder if your name's put up here, even if you just contributed $1. Okay, now I'm convinced that the honking's from this. I'd like to get to an end here. Maybe I'm not supposed to. Just kind of keeps going, isn't it? Ah! Have we just been sitting here and the same shit's been swirling? Okay. Back. Alright. So there you go. Content. Deadman Switch, core abilities. You can do Shadowrun Editor, browse more content. Let's see. So yeah, there you go. There's a few other things we can look into, but we're not going to worry about it right now. Are we? So, hey, until next time, take care.